Hiya, welcome back. Look at this. First trip out on the Supernova FX, eh? I'm really excited. I'm up here at Beadnell. First and foremost though, we're here to catch fish. I'll tell you a bit more about this in a little while. So we're going to go about a mile off to one of my marks. Then we're going to fish the ebb tide all the way up to the Northumberland buoy. We'll hang around there for a little bit. When the tide turns around, we'll fish the flood back down to the barnyard. We've got the fish black minnows on. We're looking for pollock, codling, maybe a wrasse. And I've heard the mackerel are in, though I won't be fishing for those specifically. Got some other good news for you as well. We've got a discount code for you, the viewers, at Galaxy Kayaks UK. I'll tell you what that is in a little bit, but for now, I'm going to head out to me mark, and I'll see you over there. Right, so here we are at the first mark. I can see all the mackerel showing in the water already, so I'm going to get this lure down there and see if we can grab ourselves a couple of pollock. Hopefully the pollock are underneath them. Going to stick a little bit of stink on for now, but I don't know if it makes any difference, but we'll get down there and see what we can get. Woo! I am looking forward to this. I was so excited last night, I couldn't sleep. I had grand plans of being here at 4 AM in the morning, but I didn't get up till 5:30, so it didn't end up on the water until 9 o'clock. Took us a little while to get everything set up, obviously with it being a new kayak to me. So there's a little bit of gaffer tape, a little bit of Heath Robinson going on, but we've got there, and I think we're going to have a good day. Whoop, I'm in. Accidentally caught a fish. First one of the day. I was busy messing around with the camera there, you probably saw that. It's not very big like, but we'll get it up and have a look at it. First fish on the new kayak, yeah. Let's get this up first. There we go, just a little codling. Nothing exciting. Hello sir, how are you? A little look at that. We'll pop that back. Have a look at this. Whoa, there's loads of people out today. Got Brian over there in my old kayak. Got Chris over there, Robert, and a couple of other lads along there as well. There's loads out today. Of course, it's the first decent bit of weather we've had for ages, so everybody's been dying to get out. Oh, I'm in. Took us on the drop, that one. Get in. Another little chap. Look at that. Perfectly formed. Right, so we've come a little bit further out into about 18, 19 metres of water because of a fancy there might be a few bigger fish out here because we're just getting plagued off the little chaps in there. Put a little bit of the stink on, there's not much left of this one. We'll get down there, see if we can get something half decent. I might switch to the pink in a minute. I'm not sure it makes a huge amount of difference, the colour, but quite often do well with the codling on the pink. Whew. It's a beautiful day, just enough of a breeze to keep it cool. So you're probably wondering what I think of this kayak then. Well, so far so good. Hey, it's really stable. I was worried, not worried, but interested to find out how stable it would be with the seat being so high up. But obviously the extra width of the kayak and the depth of it as well, that makes up for it. So yeah, it feels really good. I mean, as you can see, look at that. Be quite hard to tip this over, wouldn't it? Straighten the camera up now though, because I've made a mess of that. But yeah, I'm really pleased. So one thing, when I was setting the kayak up, there are 2 screws that go into the rudder disc at the back in order to trap the lines in there so they don't move. I didn't realise that at the time. So at the moment, judicious use of gaffer tape has got us this far, and hopefully that'll hold for the rest of the day. And I can dig those screws out, they'll be in one of those little packets, and sort it out when I get home for the next trip. So as it happens, those little grub screws are already in the rudder plate. I just didn't see them because they're so small. All you need to do is get a 2mm hex key and tighten them up. Oh, I'm in! Yes, get in! Oh, this is a little bit better. Look at that! It was worth coming out here then, wasn't it? Let's get this up and have a look at it. Brilliant. I'm just going to move the lens out of the sun there. There we go. Maybe not the best idea with a fish on, but you'll get to have a good look at it anyway. Let's get it up and have a look. So it's not massive, but you know, I'd settle for them all day. It's a better stamp of fish, that one. Lovely, eh? Well, there's plenty going on, isn't there? Whoop! Obviously, a little bit shy, that fella. Hey, we've got an exclusive discount code for the channel from Galaxy Kayaks UK. Oh, hello, we're into a fish. And the discount code is OTD10. And that's 10% off everything across the entire range at Galaxy Kayaks UK. There you have it. Lucky us, eh? Right, let's get this fish up and have a look at it. Feels like a canny one. About the same size as the last one, I think. The one that escaped. Here we go. You can see them there. They're getting a bit chunkier now, aren't they? That's good news. Look at that. It's a canny lad. We'll get him unhooked. That shouldn't be too tricky. Give you a quick look at him. And then we'll get him back down. See you, pal. And he's off. Oh, I'm in. Oh, that feels all right. That my line shot off there like I was fly fishing because I had my bail arm open. Let's get this up and have a look at it. I think this is going to be a half decent codling, you know. Get in. It feels all right, but mind, we're tooling along at 2.5 kilometers an hour, so they're all going to feel pretty big. Let's have a look at it. Let's have a look at it. There we go. Oh, that's lovely. That is lovely. There you go. Look at that. He's a nice lad, isn't he? Size of him. We'll get this hook out. I think it was worth coming out into the deeper water because they've definitely got a little bit bigger, haven't they? Look at that fella. Right. We'll put him back. See you, pal. And he's away. No bother. Let's get down there and get ourselves another one. Right, well, I'm going to head out to that little reef we normally fish over by the Northumberland buoy. Got to stick my specs on so I can see where I am on my map. Yeah, so I'm going to head out over to there. Going to take you over with us. Tell you what I think of this propeller-driven pedal drive. I think it's called the Cyclone. I'm not quite sure, but I think on some of the Galaxy sites, certainly on the French one, it's called the Cyclone. Well, look at it. I mean, I'm not really trying, and I'm doing 7.5 kilometers an hour. Admittedly, I'm going across the tide. I'm not going into it, but I think this is quite impressive. I'll turn into the tide now and see what difference that makes. I think the good thing about this kayak is momentum. I think because it is a bit of a beast, once you get it going, it's quite easy to maintain your speed. So I'm directly into the tide now. I'm not really trying, but I'm doing about 5.5 kilometers an hour. I really like it. Oh, right. So I've put a canny pedal in. I'm going to swap this out for a pink, and we'll get down there, see if we can get a decent pollock. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Oh no, don't want to use that because it's super glued itself together, hasn't it? What's going on with this? Oh no, that looks all right. I quite like that. We'll give that a go. We'll give this a swim anyway, and we'll see how we do. These are different jig heads than I'd normally use. They're the ones with the sort of metal prong that goes in. I think it makes the body a little less mobile. That's me on the bottom, I think. Yep. Oh, I'm straight in. Well, it definitely works. It definitely catches fish, doesn't it? Not massive ones, but definitely fish. We got the answer to that question pretty quickly, didn't we? Right. Just fish everywhere, isn't there? Loads of codling. Yet to see a pollock. I might go a little further in later on if we don't start seeing any pollock, because really, that's what I'm after today. Get in. That was quite aggressive. Whoa. hope it's the wrasse we've been looking for. It's going a bit balmy. I'd love it if it was a wrasse. I'm not going to get me hopes up though, because we haven't seen one yet this year. It's very late for them, for me anyway. What we got? What have we got? Nah. It's a codling. Well, I'm not complaining. I mean, you know, it's a nice codling, but still looking for that wrasse and that pollock, aren't we? Look at him. He's not a skinny lad. He's not to be laughed at, is he? How have you done that? Right, so he's done a doubler. There you go. So I've got him there, full of life. There he is. Right, put him back.
Yeah, I'm still here.
I'm going to swap over for a glow-in-the-dark fish black minnow. Get in. I don't think it's a pollock, but it's another fish. Hey, we're hauling them in today. Listening on the radio as well, all the lads are in. There's quite a few people out today. There must be 6 or 7 kayaks. Quite a few sibs. Like I say, it's the first break in the weather we've had for ages, so everybody's keen to get out. So he fancied a bit of glow in the dark, didn't he? Right, we'll just get that hook out, mate. And then we'll get you away. There you go. Do you know what I've noticed? You know how people have guitar faces when they're playing the guitar? I've got one of them. I've got a guitar and a guitar face. But when I edit my videos, I've also noticed that I've got a fish unhooking face. Goes something like this. It's not very pretty. I think the tide might be starting to slacken off at last. Not by a lot, but by a little. Oh, get in. I felt that all right. That smacked us. It's nice to see a fish. We haven't had one for about 15 minutes, which doesn't seem like long, but on this trip it is. I wonder what we've got. Another codling on the pink. I was just going to say they like the pink, but I think they like any colour today. Right, let's get you unhooked, my friend. We'll get you straight back in. See you, pal. Loads of fish showing underneath us. Got that one. I didn't even know that was on. It just went solid, the line. It didn't actually hit or anything. Let's get it up. Have a look. There we go. Another one to the pink. Just a little fella, this one. I think he's wrecked me lure though. There you go. See you, buddy. And he's away. Is this savable? I hope so, because I've literally just put it on. Way aye. Get that in there. So I don't know if you'll be able to see, but this is me, this black arrow here, and I've parked right on the edge of this contour. And from there to the end of it is castable, so I'm just going to cast along this edge of it and see if I can grab a couple of fish. Hopefully you can see that. I've got it marked on my sounder there. That's my waypoint. I'm just going to cast along the edge of here. Right, so we're casting along that ridge now. We're going along that direction. I think the tide's turned round, you know. I think it may well have done, because we're starting to drift now. If that's the case, I might go a little bit further in. We'll just stick with what we were going to do first here. We'll have a couple of casts over there. Oh, missed it. And have I got something on there or not? Yeah, I've definitely got something on. I'll bet you it's a mackerel if it's been all weird. What on earth is this? Not big, but I've definitely caught it, whatever it is. Let's have a look at you, mate. What are you? Tiny, that's what you are. Look at that. Greedy little monkey. Honestly. If you look at the size, and he got it in his mouth, he wasn't foul hooked. The size of the fish compared to the lure, man. Hey? What a little fatty. Right, see you later, pal. That's sea maps I've got there on my fish finder, and the fish finder is Lowrance Hook Reveal 5. But it was worth showing you that, because those are the kind of features you're looking for on the map. Because you're not always going to find everything straight away on your sounder. You're not going to see all the depth changes and stuff just by pedaling or paddling around. When you're doing your research, having a look at navionics and stuff like that, you're looking for those kind of fingers that stick out into the sea. I like to think of them as sort of underwater islands, so they're quite shallow, but they're surrounded by deeper water, you know. Oh, I'm in. Get in. What is it? I'm gonna say it's a codling. And I can see it, and it is. A little bit bigger than the last one we caught, but by no means a giant. There you go. See you in a bit, pal. I'd be really interested to know what the Wahoo's like, if anybody out there's got one, because this thing really shifts with this propeller pedal drive. But the Wahoo being a much lighter kayak, I imagine it would go like stink with that. What's this fish we've got here? I'm just a little bit distracted because this is putting up a little bit of a scrap. I'm not going to get excited, but it would be lovely if it was a wrasse. In fact, it won't be a wrasse because I literally haven't seen one this year. It's just a very excited codling. Yeah, so as I was saying, I'd be really interested to hear what the Wahoo's like from anybody who's got one, because I'm really enjoying this, and I'm enjoying the pace from getting from mark to mark with that pedal drive. We'll pop him back. So I'd be interested to know how fast the Wahoo was. So let us know in the comments if you've got one of those. Oh, missed that one. Didn't miss that one. Get in. That one gave us a fair old bang, didn't it? I think this is a half decent codling, you know. By the way it's behaving itself, it's coming straight up. I'm not really drifting very fast, so hopefully it's all right. Yeah, it is. Look at that. Oh, get in. Get in. It's a little bit more like it. Not massive like, but, you know, we're getting there. Hold your horses, mate. Got some interesting markings on him, this lad. So it's like the colour from his flanks is kind of on his chin there as well. See you, buddy. And he's off. Get in. I wonder what we've got here. That took us quite a way off the bottom. I wonder if it's a mackerel. Let's get it up and have a look. Anyway, it's probably going to be a little codling. I think, having said that, it's not tiny, you know. It's not tiny by any stretch of the imagination. He was just keen to come up and see us, that lad. There he is. You wanted that, didn't you? Right, let's have a look. Where's the hook? There it is. And bite the tail off it. If you just hold your horses, buddy, we'll get you out. We're nearly there. There we are. Oh, he's left us a message. Thanks, pal. And I kind of blame him, like. Oh, I'm in. It's not a monster, but we've got it. Let's see what we've got. I'm just keeping my eye on this pot boat, making sure he's spotted me. Look at that. Smallest fish of the day. How embarrassing, just as the boat's going past. I'll get this off quickly. I'll pretend it's somebody else's. Look over there. There you go. Oh, get it. There's another one on. So, you know, it kind of proves my theory, doesn't it, that ultimately the colour doesn't really matter that much. It does sometimes, you know, early in the year I like a glow in the dark or a really bright colour when the water might still be a little bit murky. But the rest of the time, once the water's cleared up, it doesn't make a huge amount of difference. I would argue that anything on the red spectrum, like a pink, that sort of stuff, has a little bit of an advantage because of the way that colour disappears and doesn't really, that wavelength of light disappears when you get past about 10 foot in the water. And that gives like a very definite outline for predatory fish like codling. But other than that, I think colours is more to do with confidence. What do you feel confident fishing, you know? Look at that little fella. Right, oh, he's keen him. He'd had enough of my lecture. Right, I'm just on the phone to the wife there who's found an injured sparrow in the garden, and obviously I've caught a fish at the same time, so let's get it up and have a look at it. It all goes on, doesn't it? I catch them by accident quite a lot. There we go. Another codling. There he is, eh? Let's get him unhooked and on his way. There you go. A little beauty. Right, so this is the final drift. And we're lined up perfectly to go over the mark I always come to first and fish last when I'm at Beadnell. I've had some bobby dazzlers out of here, so fingers crossed we can get something nice out for you on this final drift. Let's have a little look. I'm in! Get in. He's either coming up sideways or he's half decent, this lad. It's hurting me arm, this one. Goodness me. I'm looking forward to seeing this. I was just tangled around the line. It's not a little fish, but it just got itself wrapped up in the fluorocarbon there. We'll get him off. And we'll get him away. See you, pal. And he's away happy as Larry there. Oh, I'm in. I didn't know what was going on there. I thought I'd bottomed out for a moment. Here we go. Another codling. We'll get him unhooked. And we'll get him on his way. See you, pal. Right, that's it. We're heading in. Hey, what a cracking day it's been. We haven't had any big fish, but we've had a stack of good codling in the sort of 2 to 3 pound range, and tons of the little ones. Too many to put in this video. First trip out on the Supernova as well, and it's been great. I've loved it. It handles really well, and it's a fast kayak for a big kayak, you know. Once you get the momentum going with this pedal drive, with a propeller pedal system, it's easy. I mean, I'm doing 6 or 7, 6.5 kilometers an hour at the moment, and I'm not even trying, really. It's awesome. Hey, listen, don't forget you've got your discount code as well. Got your 10% off at Galaxy Kayaks UK. Just stick OTD10 in at the checkout, and that's 10% off everything. That's got to be worth a sub, hasn't it? If you want to give us a thumbs up as well, that really helps with the old YouTube algorithm. And if you want to ask us a question or maybe suggest somewhere I should go, if you've got any questions about the Supernova or anything like that, just pop those in the comments down below, because I always reply. I'll catch you next time.